Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art, and I'm back for a different type of video. I must say, like I said, lately I've been having a string, not necessarily a string of good luck, but a string of great feelings. The last month to month and a half, dealing with some people was mind-boggling, and and I suffered from some sort of insanity because for some reason it was like an addiction. I was craving that toxic behavior because I didn't know anything else. But like I said, it's okay. I have no idea if me and that one person are going to talk again or not, but that's a different story. And whether we do or not, that's fine. I have no problem with talking with certain people, but as long as they stay in their lane, I stay in mine, it's great. But right now, I just don't want to deal with it. And I've been having a great mood. One thing is that I found this bad boy. I am totally addicted to red vines. And the reason why they're very soft red licorice. I bought it yesterday for this whole thing was like $10. So I used to buy the little packages, it was like a dollar to $1.50 a piece. And I saw this $10 for this bad boy right here. I got enough licorice for days. So a lot of times when I have that sweet craving, which is usually at least every night, instead of me going hog wild and do some stuff, I eat a couple of those, a few of those. Sweet tooth satisfied. Blood pressure, blood glucose. Maybe not the best, but guess what? It's okay. I'm not. One thing is that I'm not going to. I haven't been to the gym since Sunday night. One reason is that we've been having overtime at work, and because there's a big event that's coming up very soon. Um, in May, shoot, May, derp, derp, 17th, 18th, and 19th is the Motor City Comic Con. This is an event I go to every year, and in the last, I would say 20 years, I only missed it twice. And I usually miss it because I'm sick, really sick. But I mean, I remember one time and for some reason my car always went down right before then, and my car is not up and running until after it's up and ready, up and going. But like this year, there's a lot of guests that I like. And what I mean by that, that means there's a lot of autographs I want to get, maybe some photo ops I want to get. The last little convention I went to, I met Jim Ross from WWE and the legendary Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I spent a pretty penny on that one, but that was a small place. So this one is big. So imagine the kind of money I want to spend, and that's what I've been. That's what my mindset's been on. Working a lot, saving up money for that big con. Right now, I have pretty much everything paid for. Now it's time for me to try to get some finagling together so I can actually do something with that. So that right there is awesome. Maybe Maybe I should do some pictures from the con or something like that. But I know for a fact I'm gonna be posting pictures on Instagram of cosplayers and really cool stuff. But when that comes around, I'll let you guys know. But today, I'm not going to the gym tonight either because I worked about 9 hours. Even though I sit at a desk for 9 hours, for some reason, it's tiring. Some reason I feel exhausted. It's just it's using a lot of my using your and basically I got a job where I have to use my brains. Okay, which is good. It keeps my mind sharp. Problem is that sometimes it's hard to wind down after work. But anyway, my sleeping is not the best, but it's getting a little bit better. My brother, I haven't really had to pick up my brother at all for the last week or so, mostly. And it's the last time I picked him up, it was 7 o'clock in the evening. So I think he's getting off tonight at like 10 or 11. But hey, if he calls me, then I have to do something. Luckily, good news is one of the things is I keep tabs with him because he's getting his car, and he's trying. He's I understand what he's doing, and I'm like I'm gonna support him as much as I can without paying for his car or giving him money. So me sacrificing a little sleep, okay, fine. So when he buys his car, he won't be broke, and that's fine. Okay. But anyway, today is a really good day. Today, one is a special milestone. Last year, like last summerish, Action Comics 1000 came out. Now, you might say, what is Action Comics? Action Comics is basically a Superman title. So if you know about superheroes or you know about Superman, he premiered in Action Comics, and their thousandth issue was last summer, which they had like 20 to 30 different fit book covers, what they call variants. So variant covers of all these comics, of that comic. I got like five different ones, and that's pretty cool. Today is another milestone. Detective Comics 1000. You might say, what is Detective Comics 1000? The most recognizable DC superhero. That's right, Batman. Detective. This is one out of 60 different covers, and the stores. Most sometimes they'll let you buy two or three of them. The store I usually go to, no, they said one. You're limited to one, so that means I gotta go back there again if there's still some left. This is one cover. If there's still some other covers left, I can buy a couple more covers. But until for weeks. Then sooner or later I can buy doubles or triples in. Of course, there's always eBay and Amazon. So that's it. So check this bad boy out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's $10. See, $10. But hey, that's cool. So that means this one guy bought 20 different versions, so he spent $200 on all these covers. It's a it's one of those kind of things people like me do. On the back, sometimes on the back is the advertisement for Shazam, the movie that's coming out next month. I want to see it. Now, one of the funny things is one of my favorite actors, The Rock, and wrestlers, The Rock. He wanted to be in this movie. He wanted to be in this movie as his arch villain. And if he doesn't show up in this movie, I'm pretty sure he might show up in the next movie. So who knows? Waiting for that. So I've been looking around, and at that store, I was like, how can I buy something? I mean, I don't want to walk in there or just pay $10 and just split. Because every time I go to that store, I have to spend at least $20. Okay, so I did a little around there for a while, and I found something. Now, one of my boys, my YouTube boys, um, Dynamite Kid 100. Me and him talk all the time. Seriously, we do talk. We do talk. We do talk. And I'm not talking about necessarily through YouTube. Like messaging us each other through you. But we talk on the phone. We actually talk on the phone sometimes. At least once a week or every other week, we do talk at least once on the phone for at least a half an hour plus. Okay. We snap at each other on Instagram too. So one of the things that we've been talking about was one of our favorite comic book characters, Daredevil. Because the Daredevil Netflix show, even though season 3 just came out months ago, and it's already shut down because of copyright issues and stuff like that, that's fine. But I bought something related to Daredevil, which I was looking for months. Looking for months. Now, what is it I'm looking for? When I found this, I said, out of some books I saw, I said, oh, I want to get this, I want to get this. I saw this one, I said, this is leaving home with me today. Okay, so here it is. This is The Man Without Fear. This is a 4-issue series in which all 4 issues was bundled up in a special package for $10. Now, what makes this so special? Well, Daredevil's been around since the 60s. What makes this book so special? Well, it's a retelling of Daredevil's history, of his origin, of his story, by one of the famous comic book creators and writers and artists by the name of Frank Miller. Now, who is Frank Miller? Now, the thing is, a lot of you have heard of Frank Miller. You heard of Frank Miller, but you never actually heard of Frank Miller. You heard of Frank Miller's works, but not actually Frank Miller himself. Now, the thing is, he written this book, John Romita Jr., which is his art. This is his art style. It's one of the best in the business. And believe me, this is one of the. Even though I have never read this, but I know this is gonna be fire. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm gonna be reading this, and I'm gonna be like geeked, like a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine little kids watching Sesame Street or Blue's Clues or PJ Masks or or something like that. That's how I'm gonna be like. Now, what happened is Frank Miller. One of the if you ever heard the movie Sin City, well, he created that. He created the comic book Sin City, and then 20 years later, it becomes a movie. Really, really creepy and really fun movie at the time. Now, I think some of you have seen this movie called 300. Guess what? Frank Miller wrote that and created that. So you've heard of Frank Miller, but you didn't know it. Thing is that the Daredevil movie that came out with Ben Affleck, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I hate Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck was great on it because Daredevil is his favorite comic book character besides Batman. A lot of his influences was in that movie. And the thing is that if you watch the Netflix TV show, a lot of that influence came from this story. So if you get it, if you're into books like comic books like I am, this is a definite milestone to read. I waited 15 to 20 years to actually pick this sucker up. I think this came out in the 90s or early 2000s. I can't remember. Let's find out. No, it's not a 4-issue series. I'm sorry. I thought it was 4. 5. 5-issue series. All right, cool. $19.93. So when this came out, I was gonna buy this when it came on the shelves in 1993, but I was like, nah, I pass on that. In a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't buy this because this would have been destroyed in the flood. Back in my dad's house, in 95 to 96. 95 to 96, I went overseas to Japan as an exchange student. So I had a whole bunch of my comics that was bagged up like this. A lot of them was bagged up, a lot of them wasn't. In my dad's basement. The basement flooded. All my clothes had to been thrown out. All the clothes I had. So that means when I came back, I had to buy new clothes because I didn't have any clothes. 80% of my comic book collection that I collected during my college years, and that was a lot, had to been thrown out. Only very few comics were saved. And then one day I'll talk more about that in a different video. But like I said, The Man Without Fear. It's a very good book. It's also as a paperback trade paperback. You can probably get it on Amazon for $10, but that's how I was gonna do it until I saw this for $10. So I got all 5 of them original for $10. Freaking awesome. So I'm geeking out. Over the weekend, I was playing this game called XCOM 2, which is one of my games I really wanted to play for a long time. Back in the early 90s, there was a game called XCOM. See, this is the collector's edition. This cannot even be played on my laptop. I can't even play this on my laptop because the laptop can't. This, for some reason, this. I don't know. My Windows 95 ran this perfectly. Of course, my laptop is Windows 10. It doesn't run perfect on that. And then what happened was, years later, they came out with a new version of the game. And the number 2, it was on Steam for a weekend for free. So I pretty much was on that for out of like 4 days. From Friday afternoon to Monday afternoon. For like technically 3.5 days. I was on it for 12 hours. I was playing it for 12 hours. And worked during that time. So I was kind of busy. But and I was having fun playing that, and I could have bought it for $25, but I looked up and said it doesn't really run very well on my laptop. I had to download it on my mom's computer, and where my mom's computer is, I really don't feel like being on it that much because it's this right here is my bedroom. As they say, this is where the magic happened. Even though there's no magic. There's never ever magic in this room. Not even magic fingers. But anyway. Like I said, I had a great weekend. Great weekend, great times. So, I'm probably going to do another video maybe this weekend. Hopefully. One video that I've been wanting to do for a while, I'm thinking about doing it that week. I might do 2 or 3 videos over the weekends. Plus, I'm working too. So, it's going to be up in the air how I'm going to do this. But, oh well. I'll bid you guys a great night. And hopefully over the weekend I can score about 3 to 4 more of these different covers. So, talk to you guys later.